about the Whistle Chief system. Stranglehold has received a message from the Q'aHgmar's that they are experiencing some trouble with the inhabitants there. Since we are the nearest military vessel, we have been sent to aid in the subjugation of this race, as per the standing orders of the High Council. As a member of Imperial Intelligence, it is important for me to ensure that this vessel best serves the Empire and completes its mission.
How long before we reach the contested sector?
It should be about 20 telecams before we reach the Earth Hub.
Engineer, do you think that you could manage to squeeze a bit more power from the engines?
I am working on it, but I cannot get any more power. I'm still cleaning up after the last chief engineer.
A science vessel. Why would the Empire send a science vessel into a first contact mission?
Commander, sometimes it is better to use stealth over force during an encounter.
Did I ask for your opinion, bookworm?
That phrased a question. Therefore, I gave you an answer.
No, I was thinking out loud. You, however, just annoyed me.
Commander, I would have thought that after a year you would have gotten used to me.
Have you ever gotten used to an irritating rash?
I understand.
Commander, I'm having trouble with the systems. The Borg parts are conflicting with the Klingon parts.
If I were in command, I would have had that Borg trash ripped out and jettisoned a long time ago.
The Admiral believes he can make them work together.
He is part Borg as well, and is prone to malfunctions himself. Leave now!
Of course, Sergeant Major. I would not want to deprive you of a chance of sitting and steering the ship. I know how important it is for you.
Is that a remark upon my skill?
It is not, but we all know what a fine warrior you are, having served with such heroes of the Empire as Kang, Kor, and Kolo.
I might be getting old, but there is still fight left in me! Wait! What have you done with my cushion?
Pardon?
You know, my Trimoline therapeutic cushion? For the condition that I received while on an away mission years ago! Is there a problem?
There seems to be some missing equipment that's important to the safety of the Sergeant Major.
Then I suggest that the two of you return to your stations and cease with the frivolous talk.
At least this explains why the crew calls you a hard
ass. I will not kill you if you stop this conversation now.
Status!
We are approaching the coordinates that we were supplied with.
Have there been any messages?
None.
Is the chair comfortable?
Yes.
Tell me, First Officer, is today a good day to die? Or will you live to fight another day by getting out of that chair?
I do not know what you are talking about.
Where is your cushion?
I am a warrior and have no need for such luxuries.
That is not what I have heard.
Enough! I do not need a cushion.
You left this in the mess hall. Though how you managed to sneak this thing around without anyone seeing is beyond me.
Again, that is not my cushion. Give it to me, and I will find out who this belongs to.
Doctor, were you able to acquire any of that medicine I had ordered?
The supply ship that was to deliver it was diverted to another area of the Empire. Was it important?
You have no idea.
We have arrived, and the herd cap is hailing us.
Have their captain beam over to our ship so that we can compare notes.
I'd like to thank you for this Cardassian listening device you placed in my quarters. It was amusing, but I had to disable it.
I don't believe you to be the weak bookworm you make everyone think you are, Ensign.
What makes you say that?
Your knowledge of everything surrounding the destruction of Specimen 3. The drugs you just asked the doctor for are the same medicines used by the Obsidian Order for suppressing memories. And you were able to dismantle a Cardassian listening device.
A most amusing tale, worthy of a former member of Cardassia's Obsidian Order. Still, you have no proof that I am nothing more than a bumbling ensign.
Oh, you're right. Before I forget, I had to dismantle your Tholian listening device. The glass mechanisms are difficult but not impossible to work with.
Of course it would be the Strangleholds that would come to our aid.
Lucky for you, we happen to be in the area. What is the situation?
We have investigated the third planet. We have encountered a race called the Hekawi. They are a primitive race with only the ability for Warp 1 technology.
So why does the Empire wish to conquer this people?
According to our scans, there's nothing remarkable about the planet, although there is evidence of a pure strain of dilithium.
Strange. It is as if I have heard of these people before.
We have approximately many small vessels bearing down on us, coming from the planet.
How many?
Scans show approximately 200. Furthermore, the vessels are preparing to fire.
This is ridiculous. They do not stand a chance against our weapons. Since they are only capable of Warp 1, we can easily outmaneuver them. Hard at port! Hard starboard!
They're in front of us yet again!
How?
According to these scans, they are capable of Warp 2.
So much for prior science scans.
If you think you can do better first
A
off,
child can do better!
you need not brag about your intelligence.
Enough of this bickering. What sort of weapons do they have?
It appears they have simple projectile weapons.
What? No phase-type weaponry? Then this should not be a problem. It would be like throwing rocks at us!
Enough rocks thrown at us will damage our shields as they're only calibrated for phase-type weapons.
Ah! What harm could mere rocks do?
If one rock punctures our hull, our air will leak out. But if several rocks puncture our hull, we will have explosive decompression.
And if that were to happen, you would all have to come to sick bay.
Then we will avoid the rocks at all costs.
Considering the weight of you, man, I'd best be in sick bay, waiting for casualties.
We cannot just keep dodging their ships. We will look like cowards. We need to show strength, or are you too afraid to do that?
Obviously, First Officer, you have no concept of adventure. Jeff Bay Klingon Po. A Klingon does not surrender. Ha 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 ha.
Headshots! May you die before you are captured.
Why did you say that?
I do not know. It just seemed like it should said.
I had not heard that since I took the House of Lashar, with the aid of Kator.
Dajwi! The ships are firing!
Red alert!
Sound effect not working. I'm switching to backup system.
Have their commander beam to our ship to discuss his surrender. Have a security team escort him to the bridge.
Good thought! Now our universal translator is down!
Can it be repaired?
I'm working on it, but much of this panel was put back together wrong.
Perhaps I can help.
The day I let a scientist interfere with my engineering skills is the day I become a tribble farmer.
I find it amazing how you warriors fail to see the use of science.
Admiral, we have the Hakawi leaders on board. Security is bringing them up.
Leaders? I thought we wanted to see just one.
Ooh-ee-ooh-ah-ah! Ting! Tang! Walla walla! Bang bang!
Is that translator working yet?
It is back online now. Hopefully we won't experience any more cheap writer's gimmicks of system failures.
Who are you?
We are 14th Lieutenant of the Hakawi. We are all that is left of the command staff of the Defense Force protecting our planet.
You must have realized that you were up against a superior force.
Yes, but sacrifices must be made when defending the greatness that is our planet.
It is insane for people to allow themselves to be destroyed to protect a planet.
It is no mere planet that you attack and we serve.
Still, the Empire's orders are quite clear. We must subjugate this planet.
I do not believe that this is a place for an ensign to decide what we should do, bookworm. That is for the commanding officer.
As long as he makes the correct decision.
There's nothing to be be accomplished here, we will not attack such a weak people.
And that is not the correct decision.
Excuse me?
You fail to see the predicament that you have placed yourself and this crew by failing to follow Imperial orders. Therefore, by the powers granted me by Chancellor Martok, I am taking command of the Stranglehold.
You have no rights, Rick! Only the first officer can take command of this ship by killing his superior if he is weak.
That is correct. You are only a mere ensign and have no right to challenge Q'aHgmar's.
This is no ordinary challenge. I am with Imperial Intelligence. In times when the commander of a vessel fails to follow Imperial orders, I can seize that vessel.
So you were planted here to spy on me. Is that it?
Your past actions have required it. You have been known to change orders to suit your needs.
I have never suffered from my past decisions.
He was even put on trial for dishonor and found not guilty. It was a plot by that Cardassian.
You must have been looking at the ship's logs again, Commander, to pull up that piece of history.
I do not remember reading about it. It just seems to be in my mind.
But I, for one, refuse to follow the orders of a lowly ensign.
As do I. Following you would be like going down to that dealer's room downstairs looking for a hologram for my 3 sons.
And you will find the Hercam also will not follow your commands.
For the purposes of Imperial Intelligence, I outrank anyone here on board. And you will follow my orders, or you will die. The choice is yours. Cheer up. This is what some of you have always wanted. A Klingon ship which is more honorable.
And what are your orders?
Lock the Hakawi in the brig. They need not see what we will do to their planet.
We must warn you, to attack our planet will be your destruction.
No, Admiral. You will relinquish control of the Stranglehold to me.
There is no honor in attacking a weaker people.
The honor will come by subjugating another planet under the glorious control of the Klingon Empire.
You may have what it takes to be a great spy, but that is not enough to command a battlecruiser.
Considering the history of this vessel, I do not think it should be that hard. Now, target the remaining Hakawi fleet.
Ah! We're losing power to the weapons system.
What is the meaning of this? Get those weapons back online!
I am unable to. There's a command override to prevent me from doing so.
And who would do such a thing?
I think I now understand the meaning of Dajan Lupa, the head judge. May you die before you are captured. I shut down the weapons.
Why would you do that?
It seemed like the thing to do. Besides, I felt like following this in-talk would have the same consequences as eating Baltic's chili cheese duck.
Commander, you could never have known Baltic. He was sent to the Nemesis station years ago.
That is what is so confusing, old man. I see that jolly food-devouring Klingon in my mind, and I do not know why.
Congratulations, Commander. Kator.
What?
What did you call me?
That is impossible! My father was killed, or at least the Romulan who betrayed him was.
Oh.
My real father was never found!
Oh, he was alive. Captured by the Romulans 7 years ago. They had him heavily sedated so they could plant their sleeper agent aboard the Stranglehold.
He should have died. A Klingon lives with shame if he were captured alive.
Actually, it was a very prominent Klingon house which aided in his capture. And besides, dishonor would only come if you were captured in battle. Fortunately for you, that house has since been destroyed by the very Romulans they were aiding.
But how did he get away? And why does he not remember who he is?
Obviously, he's been altered by Imperial intelligence. The process isn't hard. The Obsidian Order was doing it for years. And with much greater success. That was why you needed those drugs, to suppress his memories.
You are correct. We had him altered to suit our needs. We wanted to see what the Rhymes had planned for their agent. When Karg killed the Falscator, we had the altered one placed aboard the Stranglehold.
So I was to be a spy?
Do not flatter yourself, Commander. From what I have seen of this vessel, practically everyone on board is a spy or part of some major household. Except the Admiral, of course.
Take this Targ dropping to the brig until I can figure out what to do with him.
You will see me again.
I will try to contain my excitement.
Why did you not just kill him?
Because he is with Imperial intelligence. If you kill one, you are dragged before the High Council to explain your actions.
I'll go to the brig to interrogate our prisoner. So is it true? Is this my father?
Have the doctor report to the bridge so that she can run a scan on him.
I must ask you a question. How is it you know so much about Septimus III?
We had our agents planted on Cardassia Prime for quite some time now. And we use that information to our benefit.
What use is it to you now? You've lost.
I still know about the remaining family of yours on Septimus III. And whether they live or die depends on what happens next. Lost? I think not. You have chosen well.
I didn't do this for you. I did it for my family. And as much as he annoys me, I support the Admiral.
As do I.
Then why did you relieve him of his command?
As a test. I'm not only a member of Imperial intelligence, but a part of something far greater. The Hanon doesn't know it. But he will return the Klingon Empire to its true glory. Your assistance will also ensure that Cardassia Prime has a bright future as well.
How can I trust what you say?
You cannot. However, I will guarantee that your family will be safe. That much is true. Until then.
First I am called to the bridge to give an examination, and now I see an unauthorized battle took place. What happened here?
Q'aHgmar has escaped. You tend to these guards while I report to the bridge.
What a mess. But then again, Klingons don't get sick. They may look dead now, but I'm sure they'll be on the stage at the end of the adventure, taking a bow with the rest of the crew.
Q'aHgmar has escaped.
Is this another one of your tricks, Cardassian?
No, Commander, you might find this difficult to believe, but I tried to stop it. See, I was wounded in my attempt.
Ah! You may find yourself winning some Klingon honor for this.
Please
stop him so I could get some information out of him.
Oh, of that I am sure.
Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
We need to see if Commander Baraka is really Commander Couture.
I am a doctor, not a sideshow magician. What makes you think he is Couture?
Q'aHgmar's said he was.
The bookworm ensign who just fought off 2 guards in the hallway and escaped. Oh, he was completely truthful at telling the truth.
Quit your complaining, Doctor. I need to know which is true.
Doctor, simply use your medical tricorder and scan him.
Back off, scientist. I am a professional. Cranial ridges have been altered, and there are traces of a mind-altering drug in his system. By Kalis, this is Couture.
Father, it is you.
If you are my daughter, you have grown. You were much shorter.
I was 7 years ago. Father, there is so much I need to tell you.
Doctor, take Kahontas and Couture down to sick bay so that they can get reacquainted and that you can return them to normal.
Wait. Are you the same doctor that the crew refers to when they say, never go to sick bay under any circumstances? I would prefer to stay here.
You will go to sick bay and you will like it. And as for you, Cardassian, you need to go to sick bay as well so I can treat that wound.
I would rather not have to subject myself to your witch doctor techniques of stone knives and bear skins.
Then today is your lucky day. I now have new items to help me practice medicine better. We now have old magazines in the waiting room for you to read while you wait.
Ashwi, what of the Hakawi planet?
Have the prisoners return to the bridge.
Are we continuing with the attack?
No, we are not.
So you are going against orders again.
This is necessary.
I curse the Ferengi Hadeba who talked us into these security budget cuts.
We are returning you to your ship, and we will not attack.
We congratulate you on your wisdom.
We can take this planet and its source of dilithium. Why are you doing this?
Because this is species 389.5. The planet they are defending so well happens to be a highly unstable explosive. The people are merely the pin within the grenade.
How do you know this? It did not show up on our scans.
Because the Borg had tried to assimilate it and found it irrelevant. A bomb of that magnitude not only would destroy their ship, but the surrounding system as well.
And you need to come to sick bay so I can turn off those nanoprobes.
So that's it then? We just leave a bomb on the Empire's back door?
I am certain the Chancellor would agree. And besides, no Klingon would want the honor of conquering a planet with a name the Hakawi have given it.
Which is?
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Ashwi, there's a small craft approaching the planet, and the Hakawi are leading it through.
Finally, they have arrived.
Who has arrived?
Ship's markings indicate it belongs to the diplomatic corps of Eva and Merkin.
That is all we need. I require nothing further from the Stranglehold. I will return to my ship.
Sergeant Major, when Captain Hogwarts and the Hakawi return to their ships, set a course for anywhere but here. Warp factor 3.
Very well. line is mine again. This adventure of the IKV Stranglehold has come to an end, but there will be further adventures. If you wish to learn about these adventures, then contact our Admiral. Will you stay put? Then you're over there. Then contact our Admiral, Q'aHgmar's. You will have approximately 10 minutes for pictures, videos, and holovids. Now, go home!